everybody and welcome to Champions Cup Round 2. It's been a little minute. I didn't manage to review Round 1. I am sorry. A few technical issues, but I think if you're watching this, we're back up now. I want to start off by apologising to the Premiership clubs because I wrote you off last week and you sat me down very well. So I'm sorry. I got it wrong. I'll admit it. But yeah. Anyway, we will move now. Round 2. I'm starting tonight. In about 4 hours, so got it in time. And that first game is Northampton versus Toulon. This could be a good game. Now Northampton got that impressive win over Glasgow last week. Toulon just lost to a last minute Exeter. So yeah, could be a good game. It's in England, so it's in Northampton. Will favour them, although Toulon are a tough team. This is really tough to predict, this game actually. My gut says Toulon, but I don't want to count off Northampton again. I'm gonna have to stick with my gut and go Toulon. I think so, yeah. Although I wouldn't be surprised if Northampton pull it off again. Next up, we are in France as Bayonne face Glasgow. Now Bayonne looked impressive. They managed to pull off a draw against Munster, which is mighty impressive for them. Glasgow obviously played quite poorly last week. They should have beaten Northampton, if I'm going to be honest. They just didn't turn up, Glasgow, to be honest with you. But they are back. They've got a better chance. Bayonne in France could be a tough game for them. I'm going to be honest, it could be a bit of a toughie for Glasgow. I'm going to go with Bayonne. I didn't think I'd do it, but I'm going to side with Bayonne in France. I'm going to side with Bayonne. Yeah, Bayonne. Next up, we've got another, moving on to tomorrow, we've got another humongous game as the Stormers host La Rochelle in South Africa. This could be huge. Both of these teams started off with losses. Stormers lost to Leicester. La Rochelle lost to Leinster. And Leinster finally getting their revenge on them for the last two finals. But it is Stormers in South Africa. Can you count them out? Will La Rochelle, again, as I've said before, with non-URC teams, I can't see many at all doing well in South Africa. Saracens went to the Bulls and got quite firmly beat. I think this could happen again. Although the Stormers haven't been as good as the Bulls this year, but I think they will do enough to be able to beat the Bulls, to beat La Rochelle. And yeah, so I'm going to side with the Stormers for that one. Next up, we go to the Stone X in London as Saracens host Connacht. I think I'm going to have to side with Saracens. They did do poorly against them. They didn't do poorly, but the Bulls just outshone them in South Africa. As I said, expected. It would have been a major shock if Saracens did manage to pull it off. Connacht got rightfully done up by Bordeaux last week in Ireland. So yeah, I'm going to side with Saracens. Next up, speaking of Bordeaux, we are in Bordeaux as Bordeaux face Bristol. I don't know how many more times I can say Bordeaux in a sentence. But yeah, Bordeaux, Bristol. Bristol obviously getting a last minute win. Was that over Lyon? Was that Quins that got over Lyon? Bristol got a last minute win. I can't remember who over. Lyon, yeah, it was. But going to Bordeaux will be a lot harder of a task, I think, than being at home to... Going to Bordeaux will be a lot harder than being at home to Lyon. I cannot talk. Will Bristol have enough in them? I'm not going to count them out. I think it might, but Bordeaux looked really, really good last week against Connacht. Back at home, I'm going to have to side with them. I know I said I don't want to count out the English teams, but they've got a lot tougher. I think a lot of them have got tougher games this week. Next up, speaking of Lyon, we are in France as Lyon host the Bulls, and the Lyon, as I just mentioned, lost to last minute Bristol. Bulls managed to get a good win over Saracens, but this is in France, which is a tough place to go for most teams. Never mind South African teams, who struggle in countries like struggle in Scotland, struggle in Wales, struggle in Ireland, but France, most teams struggle in France. So I'm gonna side with Lyon. I think it's gonna be tight, but I'm gonna side with Lyon. Next up, we're at the RDS as Leinster are hosting Sale. Sale looked pretty impressive against Stade Francais, if I'm going to be honest. They did. Leinster managed to get their win over La Rochelle at the RDS. I can't see it going any other way than to the Irishmen, can you? No. So, Leinster. Next up, we are at the Cardiff Arms as Cardiff host Bath. Cardiff got absolutely thumped by Toulouse, and I think Bath could do damage to them as well. Bath put in a solid performance against Ulster, so yeah, I'm gonna side with Bath on that one. Ulster at the Kingspan, they've lost 3 in a row, which is kind of unheard of for Ulster. They've at home to Racing, could be a good chance for them. Racing are a tough team. Racing losing to Quins last week. Will Ulster manage to do it with Racing win? I think Ulster's streak will end. At the Kingspan, I think Ulster's streak will come to an end. I think they will get the win over Racing. I think it'll be tight, but I think Ulster will get the win. Next up, we go to Sandy Park as Exeter host Munster. This could be another absolute corker. Exeter looked good to get that win over. Who did Exeter beat? Oh, it was. I can't believe I'm blanking. Toulon. That's who Exeter beat. Toulon. I can't believe I blanked that. Exeter looked good in that last minute winner over Toulon. Munster drew with Bayonne. In England, I'm gonna side with Exeter. At the start, I was siding with Munster. I said Munster were going to win the whole thing. They might still, but Exeter looked good last week. So yeah. Next up, at the Twickenham Stoop, we've got Quins and they're hosting Toulouse. This could be another absolute corker. Toulouse getting that brilliant 50-point win over Cardiff. Quins getting a late winner over Racing. But I am gonna have to side with Toulouse. Toulouse are just one of the top teams in the world, aren't they? They constantly make it far. As good as Quins are, I think that Toulouse will, manage to get it. And in the last game of the round is Stade Francais in Paris against Leicester. This could be a solid game as well, to be fair. Stade Francais got beat by Sale. Leicester beat Stormers. I'm gonna side with Leicester. I don't know why. I just am. I'm gonna side with Leicester. Not much else to say really. Thank you for watching. That's all my predictions. If you enjoyed, make sure to subscribe, and until next time, I'll see you later.